Downstairs, we're still alive.
Dignitaries, invited guests, fellow firefighters, family, friends, and neighbors. Good morning and welcome to the Long Beach Fire Department Training Center. This is the Long Beach Fire Department's graduation ceremony for Recruit Class 2013A and the dedication of the Long Beach Fire Department Training Tower to the memory of firefighter Kent Holliday, who was killed here in a training accident on November 16, 1964. My name is Jim Rexwinkle. I am a battalion chief and the director of training for the Long Beach Fire Department. It is a great honor and my privilege to be your host for this event. This is a great day for the Long Beach Fire Department as we transition these 28 firefighters from fire recruit into firefighters. We welcome them to the Long Beach Fire Department family. As many of you are well aware, this event today is the culmination of 14 weeks of intensive didactic, performance-based training and testing. I can assure you that the long days have paid off. The 28 recruits you will see here today are ready to accept the duties and responsibilities of protecting and serving the citizens of Long Beach. The Long Beach Fire Department is rich in tradition, and we stand proud along with many other service agencies. I would like to take a moment and ask that all fire department, law enforcement, and military personnel, active or retired, please stand and be recognized. As we begin our ceremony today, I would like to ask that the remainder of you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. I'm going to invite up LBFD Chaplain Tim Busby.
Good morning. If you'll bow your heads and your hearts with me, I'll lead us in a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we welcome you here today. We thank you for family, friends, city officials, and this great fire department in this great city that we serve. We come today to celebrate with joy and rejoicing over this graduation ceremony. We thank you, Father, for the steadfastness, the tenacity, and the zeal of those that we will honor this day. We thank you that they've gelled as a team and can now work for a team effort. We thank you for the sacrifices that they have made, as well as the sacrifices that their families and friends have made. Lord, we ask that you would protect them as they take the mantle of responsibility when they accept that badge of the Long Beach Fire Department, which is so rich in tradition. We thank you for all that will happen here today. We pray your protective hand upon them, upon this city, and upon those that they will answer the call to. We thank you and praise you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. And if you'll pause a moment, we'll observe a few moments of silence for those that have given the ultimate sacrifice. They've given their lives in the line of duty, as well as those that on this significant day in December 7th, 1941, gave their lives in Pearl Harbor. So if you'll observe that moment of silence with me.
Please be seated. And now the moment you've been waiting for, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the Long Beach Fire Department Recruit Class of 2013A. This is truly a great day, for what you see before you is the future of the Long Beach Fire Department. It gives me great pleasure to recommend as Fire Chief that these 28 recruits receive their badges and join the ranks of the men and women of the Long Beach Fire Department. Please breathe.
Well, good morning, everyone. On behalf of the men and women of the Long Beach Fire Department, I would like to welcome you here to this wonderful day. And I'd like to thank, first and foremost, a number of the dignitaries that are with us here today sharing this wonderful event. First and foremost, our Mayor, Mayor Bob Foster. Vice Mayor Robert Garcia. Council Member Patrick O'Donnell. Assembly Member Bonnie Lowenthal. City Manager Pat West. Assistant City Manager Suzanne Frick, Chief of Police Jim McDonnell, and a number of his command staff. Our Civil Service Commissioners are here, as well as the Director of Emergency Management for Los Angeles County, former Deputy Chief for us, Jeff Reeb, as well as City Clerk Larry Herrera, who you will meet momentarily. About a round of applause for all of our dignitaries. So on behalf of the entire Long Beach Fire Department, I want to thank you and welcome you for attending the Recruit Class Graduation 2013A. This is our first full academy in a number of years, and we're so pleased to be welcoming these 28 new firefighters to the Long Beach Fire family. The last 14 weeks have been an incredible challenge for our recruits. They've been challenged mentally, physically, and emotionally. They've spent countless hours learning the skills required to be a Long Beach firefighter. We pride ourselves in Long Beach in providing world-class service to our community. These 28 graduates have demonstrated that they possess all the needed skills, knowledge, and ability to join the ranks of our department, and we are certainly proud to welcome them aboard. I want to take a moment to thank our entire training cadre for their commitment to the success of our new firefighters. They too have dedicated themselves to educating our new firefighters over the course of this academy, and they've done an excellent job. On behalf of our entire department, I thank you, gentlemen, for your steadfast dedication and commitment to excellence. To the families, friends, and loved ones of our new firefighters, we extend our gratitude to you as well. As it is often said, none of us go it alone. The solid foundation you have provided our new firefighters as they endured this rigorous process helped them stay focused on their goal. And as you may have experienced firsthand, your ability to provide comfort and words of encouragement during difficult times was the catalyst for their success. The Long Beach Fire Department welcomes you to our fire family as well. Now to our new firefighters. Today, you take your place amongst the ranks of a chosen few. Today, you have achieved what many aspire to, but only a handful ever realize. You have demonstrated that you are the best of the best and worthy of wearing this uniform and dedicating yourself to serving others in our community. Today, you will have the honor of having a badge placed upon your chest that will tell the world you are a person of purpose. That badge is far more than a shiny piece of metal. That badge is a symbol of trust. The badge is a reflection of over 115 years of dedicated service to our community. Do not take this symbol lightly. Your badge and uniform tell the world that in times of great chaos and confusion, you will run toward the danger that others flee in service to your fellow man. From this day forward, you are a firefighter for the city of Long Beach. Your actions, on duty and off, are a reflection on our department, our city, and the men and women that work alongside you. Today, you enter a proud profession that is steeped in history and tradition. The fire service, however, is in a constant state of evolution. Today's firefighter is tasked with far more than putting out fires. Today's firefighter responds to emergency medical calls, hazardous materials calls, technical rescues, maritime response, vehicle extrication, and fires, but to name a few. We've all heard the old adage that a person can be a jack of all trades but a master of none. Well, for a firefighter in Long Beach, you will be a jack of all trades and a master of all. You will be tasked with responding on a moment's notice to a place you've never been before, and in a matter of minutes, required to solve the problem. When a resident, visitor, or business in our community pick up the phone and dial 911, they are doing so because they can't solve the problem on their own. Our ability to arrive at someone's front door within minutes with the tools, knowledge, and ability to handle any problem we face is vital to our success, and it's what our community has come to expect. Today, I challenge you to continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to place the needs of those you serve ahead of your own. You will be given countless opportunities throughout your career to broaden your education and skill set in the interest of providing better service to our community. Seize those opportunities. Today, I challenge you to never forget the feeling of pride you have right now. Never forget the struggles you went through to get to this place, and never lose sight of your willingness to serve your fellow man. Know that each and every contact you have with people in our community is a reflection on all of us, and you are our ambassador. You are now considered a leader in our community. Show it. As John Wooden once said, a leader just doesn't deliver a message. A leader is the message. Never forget that. And as you will soon realize, our entire city is committed to your success. The partnerships we enjoy with various city departments in Long Beach helps make this place the great place it is to live, work, and play. Perhaps one of our strongest partnerships is with our police department. On a daily basis, we support each other in the field and collaborate on ways to better enhance public safety in our city. To a Long Beach firefighter, there is no better partner in public safety than a Long Beach police officer. I want to thank our partners at the police department for their support, their partnership, and dedication to our community. With us today, as I mentioned earlier, is Chief of Police Jim McDonnell and a number of members of his command staff. Chief, I thank you for being here. And in my many years in the fire service, I've never seen a partnership as strong as ours, and I thank you for your leadership on making that happen. How about a round of applause for the Chief of Police? You know, many people in our community go through life in the course of their job and they wonder if they'll ever make a difference. Many people wonder if what they do or what they make will ever really have a positive impact on others. Well, I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, as A firefighter for the City of Long Beach, you will not have that problem. You will make a difference in the lives of people within our community from the first day in a fire station, and that will continue throughout your entire career. So on behalf of the entire command staff of the Long Beach Fire Department, we wish you well. We want you to work hard, and we want you to be safe. But most importantly, welcome to the Long Beach Fire family. Thank you. I would like at this time to welcome the mayor of the City of Long Beach for a few remarks, the Honorable Bob Foster.
Well, thank you, and congratulations to Long Beach's new 28 firefighters. Thank you for choosing a career in service to others. Perhaps as importantly, I want to thank all the families. I want to thank the mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, sisters, and brothers who helped make this day possible. I want to thank you for the sacrifice that you've endured thus far, and thank you for the sacrifices that you will make throughout the career of your loved one. This is an amazing career. You are truly blessed if you can have a career not only that is demanding, but that also is rewarding and one in which you serve others. I don't think there's anything more important. These 28 new firefighters are going to be engaged in protecting the lives and property of all of us and everyone in Long Beach. I want to thank them for that. I want to thank you for making it possible. I want to wish them well. Congratulations. Thank you for being part of the Long Beach family, and thank you for being there to protect all of us.
Thank you, Chief DeReed. Thank you, Mayor Foster. All right, let me introduce these recruits to you. Fernando Gallegos, Andrew Dorami, Joshua Lynn, Billy Hubbard, Justin Grimes, Eric Volovich, Ryan Tule, Daniel Young, Ryan Pope, Kevin Kelleher, Mike Morrison, Jeffrey Arnold, Brad Robidoux, Brad Smith, Johnny Jenkins, Chris Johnson, Daniel Washburn, Richard Story, Brian White, Richard Caldwell, Kelly Boylan, James Dolis, Matthew Mitchell, Nevin Kay, Chris Frazier, Ryan Genzel, Dylan Stom, David Pittaway. Recruit captain, if you will. The mission of the Long Beach Fire Department is to protect lives, property, and the environment, improving the quality of life and safety of the community. To carry out this mission, today's firefighters require more than firefighting skills, as Chief DeRees said. We have also seen from the tragedies that have occurred throughout the nation, we in the fire service now find ourselves preparing for an all-risk environment. And as such, firefighters must also understand urban search and rescue, fire protection systems, environmental protection, hazardous materials, weapons of mass destruction, and natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunamis, wind events, and floods. They must be ready for anything at a moment's notice. As the motto on our patch states, Semper Paratus. It means always prepared. It speaks to the operational readiness that the citizens can expect from the men and women of the Long Beach Fire Department. This explains the need for the many weeks of training, and now the recruits would like to show a small part of what they've learned in those weeks. The simplest and lightest ladders are the single-person ladders. We will see recruits Boylan and Dolis placing the 24-foot extension ladders to the second-floor balcony. We were fortunate through the academy that we actually had a few days of rain, so we were able to prepare for this. Recruits are tested regularly throughout the academy on ladder terminology, commands, and their ability to select the correct ladder for the task at hand. The 24-foot extension ladder is the workhorse of the single-person ladders. These recruits have spent over 30 individual hours training with an instructor with a variety of roof, straight, and extension ladders. We teach coordination, body mechanics, and balance, one-on-one with the instructor and student, and emphasize ladder safety. But the fire department requires teamwork. We progress through 2- and 3-person ladders and teach teamwork. At the end of the academy, we have taken single individuals and built them into a team to accomplish some very strenuous tasks, as demonstrated by the 35-foot extension ladder raise. The 35-foot extension ladder raise has multiple purposes, but primarily for rescue and access to multi-story buildings, which are prevalent in Long Beach. In the academy, we drill on the use of this ladder extensively. Today, we have recruits Ginzel and Pittaway raising the 35-foot ladder and footing it. Recruit Tule must have full confidence in his teammates who are footing and balancing the ladder. As is the case with the fire service, each person has a vital role in the overall success of the evolution. Each recruit has had the opportunity to experience every position on this evolution and understand how important their individual task is to the safety of the climber on the ladder. As I move through the evolution, you'll note that they secure the ladder, a very specific knot that they tie called a halyard knot, to secure the ladder in place to make sure that the fly section won't drop down. As they secure the ladder, they will foot it and call it safe. You notice the recruit goes up, he'll check the dogs on the ladder to make sure they're secured, to make sure the ladder won't fall down as he's climbing, in a very specific way in which he gets off the ladder onto the roof. The recruits have thrown these ladders so many times, I feel they know the spots on the concrete where the ladders go better than some of their family members right now. So let's take a second as we watch them take it down. I don't think the heavy stuff's going to come down for a couple hours yet. Under the metal cover behind the bleachers, we have on display a vehicle that's been cut away to show the structural components. As advanced automotive technologies become available to firefighters, we must stay abreast of the changes in supplemental restraint systems, airbags, vehicle construction, alternative fuel sources, and all the other items that go along with advanced vehicles to ensure our safety and that of the public. We use the mnemonic for vehicle extrication called SHADE, S-H-A-D-E. And as we come around right now, what you see as they pass the vehicle that's on its side, the S stands for size up, safety and scene management. It's also for stabilization. The H stands for hazard control. The A pertains to the patient care as we access, assess, and assist our patient. The D stands for disentanglement. And finally, the E stands for extrication. We teach the firefighters to basically cite that from rote memory as they come up on the accident. Very soon here, you will see a truck company come around, and they will demonstrate this on the vehicle that's up on its side. What you see coming around is a ladder truck with a hook and ladder, some of you may call it. You'll see recruit Gallegos and Pope getting off the vehicle, and they're going to start stabilizing this vehicle here. Recruit Gallegos and Pope must work together to maintain the position of the vehicle to prevent further injury to our patients. They provide a safe area for the rescuers to perform their rescue efforts. The recruits have had many opportunities to stabilize a variety of vehicles in a variety of orientations. We'll place them on their roof, on top of another vehicle, on their side, as you see this vehicle. Over on the side of the car at the front of the building, you'll see the recruits using the jaws of life. If the jaws of life are being pulled out, it's because the car has been damaged and there are victims inside. Here we have recruits Arnold, Caldwell, Durrami, and Frazier gaining access to their victim. They're going to be removing the vehicle's door, and they'll be removing the roof to disentangle the patient. You also see them pop the tires, I believe, to create some stabilization so that they'll put the chocks underneath the vehicle so that it doesn't wiggle and move in case the patient has a cervical spine injury. As they go through the process of windshield removal, popping the door, and removing the roof. The extrication is only one part of the accident. After we're done extricating the victim, we have to treat the victim and make sure they get transported to a local hospital. Today we have recruits Mitchell and Morrison simulating the necessary treatment provided by one of our paramedic rescues that would be transporting our patient from this accident to a local trauma center. So as you see them come in with the jaws of life, what they're doing is attacking a portion of the vehicle called the nadir bolt. That's the part of the car that sticks out and holds the door in. And as we picked this vehicle, we picked a very good one, obviously. You never know exactly how it's going to work out until you go to do this. As part of the testing process for the recruits, the test is for them to operate the jaws of life for 11 minutes consecutively. Even if we give them a used Yugo to pop the door on, they actually have to pop the door and continue to use the tool for 11 minutes to simulate a situation like this where the recruit's having a little bit more trouble. And that's the magic sound you hear as soon as the door pops. During the academy, we developed the recruits' individual skills and knowledge with a variety of pneumatic, electric, hydraulic, and manually powered tools and equipment. As their individual skills grow, and they're able, at the end of the academy, to perform a difficult evolution like the one you see in front of us today. The competency we gain, our extrication skills, can only be obtained by the great relationship that we have with the Lean Sales Division of Fleet Services. They have provided us with over 80 vehicles for the academy, and they continually provide vehicles throughout the remainder of the year for the training that goes on with our truck companies and with our recruit firefighters and our regular in-service firefighters. We'd like to take a minute to thank them for their continued support and services. We'd also like to thank Pick Apart of Anaheim, who gave us 12 of the vehicles that are out here. They donated those for free and picked them up for free. I'd like to thank them. And as the roof comes off, I think we have a lot of ex-ambulance operators, and I think that may be what they find in the vehicle here for some reason. And the final part of the extrication, we load them into the back of the rescue, and they're off. Another successful save. Okay, so that finishes our auto extrication. We now have a fire in what has been come to call the Tooth Motel. We take notice of the multiple tasks involved in the simulated commercial fire. What you'll see is the truck company will come around. They will form a team that is responsible for vertical ventilation on the roof and forcible entry of the overhead rolling steel doors. Vertical ventilation provides for an upward path for heat and smoke, making the interior of this structure accessible for firefighters. All right, and as our truck company pulls away, what you'll see is the forcible entry team of recruits Grimes and Johnson. They'll be cutting open a steel door to gain access for the fire attack team. Simultaneously, recruits Kay and Lynn will ladder the roof and ventilate. As these two operations take place, an engine company is preparing to make an aggressive attack on this fire. Today's fire attack team is comprised of recruits Hubbard, Bolovich, Jenkins, and Morris. You'll see in a very choreographed fashion, they make the first hop across the top of the door, drop down, and open the bottom. The fire attack team is able to come in now. We teach each of these tasks as individual events, but as the Academy continues, we stress teamwork and timing necessary for an evolution of this type to be successful. And it's around the corner, so I really can't see it, but what I do hear is the sound of chainsaws going off, so I'm going to assume the ventilation company is making headway on the fire, which if you're inside on the hose line is a very welcome sound, because you know that once that ventilation team cuts that hole, things will be a lot better for you inside there pretty quick. We start our interior fire training with basic basement exercises where the recruits gain confidence in their personal protective equipment. We follow that up with buddy breathing exercises that instill confidence in each other and promote safety. We then move to exterior fires and other activities until we are performing complex fires like the one you see here. Nice cold day, you get a lot of good steam production. It makes the fire look a lot bigger. One thing they teach you in captain's school, fires look bigger in the cold and at night. Notice how the careful coordination of these events bring this emergency to a successful conclusion. Self-confidence and confidence in your team is our goal in our rappelling exercise you're going to see. Self-confidence because jumping out of a sixth-floor window is not a natural act. Confidence in your team because they have set up all of the other anchor points and rescue lines necessary for this evolution. They're also handling all the safety lines. Recruits Young and Tule are displaying some of the skills and confidence that all the recruits learned during their academy. After they get down a few floors, I believe recruits Young and Tule will tie off their rappel lines and simulate the need to assist in a rescue. They will also demonstrate some of their confidence in their skills and their equipment, I believe by letting go of their lines if they haven't done that already, and pushing themselves away from the structure. The next evolution you will see is a high-angle rescue with a tracking line. This is a component of rescue systems which utilizes advanced techniques with ropes and knots. This evolution stimulates the need for a high-angle rescue, such as a rescue from one of the many large cranes that offload shipping containers from cargo ships in the Port of Long Beach. These cranes are over 350 foot high and overhang the water. As they gently pull tension on the line, it'll start to pull the basket out of the window, and then teams up inside will control the victim and lower them down. What you'll see coming up here pretty quick is the rescue that they're going to load the victim into. Performing our high-angle rescue is Recruit Story. Together with precise teamwork, the recruits along with the Urban Search and Rescue team are going to lower Recruit Story to ground level. He will assist the placement of the victim onto the gurney, and recruits Dorami and Arnold will load the patient and transport him to the hospital. Victims disconnected, loaded onto the rescue, and another successful rescue completed at the Long Beach Fire Department Training Academy. Go ahead. And it looks like we've got a little problem here. Looks like we've got someone that needs to be rescued. I think it's one of Santa's helpers, and he's stuck in the burning building. He must have taken a wrong turn on his way to the Spark of Love toy drive today. Fortunately, we've got Recruit Kelleher, who is ready to help. Playing part of Santa's helper is Recruit Boyland. As he goes into the window, they're going to secure it together on a harness. They're going to come out of the window, and we're going to rescue Santa to make sure he's able to get to that Spark of Love toy drive today. And Santa is safe and unclipped. Nearly unclipped. And I'm pretty sure that to show his gratitude, Santa's helper is going to come around and give everyone a little gift here. And I am sure if Santa had a microphone, he would remind everyone to drop off a new unwrapped gift at your local fire station to add to the Spark of Love campaign.
There you go. Enjoy your holiday.
All right, to your right, some of you to your front, is a pair of props in the far corner that we call the Ocades. The Ocade is really a live fire classroom. Recruits have a rare opportunity to watch fire develop through its various stages and perform live fire extinguishment in a controlled environment. In this prop, recruits build confidence in their protective equipment and begin to experience and adapt to the constantly changing fire environment. Recruits are instructed on fire behavior and chemistry, and this prop brings the classroom environment to life. To the right of the Ocades is a strip mall structural collapse prop. This prop is used to simulate fires and structural collapse and is used extensively in training our personnel for rapid intervention crew training. It is also used extensively by our Regional Urban Search and Rescue Task Force for training and advanced rescue techniques that would be used in a large-scale disaster. Both of these props were purchased entirely using federal grant dollars and have proven extremely valuable in the overall readiness of our members. In this scenario, our truck company with recruits Stom, Volovich, Washburn, and White will provide forcible entry and vertical ventilation in order for the engine crew to enter the building and perform a critical search and rescue operation needed to locate potential victims and bring them to safety and attack the fire. On engine 54 with recruits Mitchell, Pope, Robidoux, and Smith, they're going to arrive on scene of a well-involved strip mall fire and begin evolutions necessary to make a rescue and attack the fire. As with all our efforts, the coordination of efforts between truck and engine companies is very important. The engine company goes in to extinguish the fire, the truck company cuts a hole, working together and communicating to make sure that each team knows what's going on, what's happening underneath them, and what the fire is doing. During a normal fire, the engine company crew would be working inside to work on extinguishment. The attic could be fully involved, so the truck company would continue operations just to make sure there's nothing working over their head, especially in a commercial fire. So the truck company is going to finish opening that hole, check for any extension, and then they'll let their engine company partners below know that the fire is actually out. And as they finish up operations, if you move your attention up to the 5th floor of the tower, what we're going to see developing is a potentially disastrous situation. We have a multi-story structure fire. Here our recruits are going to have to take all the skills we've taught them during this academy and put them all together. It's one thing to put out a fire on the ground floor, but once you move above ground, your operations become very complicated. Here, the recruits must take all their skills they've learned, put them together, bring their tools and equipment above ground to extinguish the fire. On the truck today, we have recruits Genzel, Frazier, Dulles, and Pittaway. Coming up on Engine 15, you're going to have recruits Johnson, Kay, Stom, and Caldwell. And on recruit Engine 53, you're going to have recruits Robidoux, Gallegos, Story, and Young. As the truck company throws ladders to the upper floor, the engine company will stretch hose lines and access the lower floors. What you're going to see is that towards the end of this academy, we have finally brought this group of individuals together to be both skilled individually and as a team. The tower fires involve multiple companies doing multiple tasks. In an evolution like this, sometimes the sequence of events is more important than the single event itself. Each part of this problem needs firefighters working together to solve it. Each small lesson, each small tool comes together at the end of the academy to build an effective team. The recruits can look back at their first small exterior fires and see the progress they have made. What you'll see here is two different types of evolutions, one using an interior hose line going up the stairwell, and the other using what we call a drop bag evolution, dropping a rope bag from one of the upper floors and pulling the line up. So as the recruits pull enough working line up on the floor to extinguish the fire, they will call for water and this line will get charged. And what you'll see, like in this fire, is sometimes you see in other fires, we take a multi-prong approach just in case one of the evolutions doesn't work. Sometimes you run into a locked door that delays you. Sometimes you run into a victim that needs rescuing before you can put the fire out. As the team that did the drop bag evolution secures their line, they call for water. That line is slowly getting charged as the individual at the pump panel does one of the things we've taught him out here, which is problem solve. Eventually these teams get together to the fire floor. They make sure that everything's safe, that they're all masked up, that they're breathing air, and they will knock down the fire, what we call a knockdown. And that white smoke is always a friendly sign for us that are looking from the outside, letting us know that that fire has been extinguished. So whether climbing a ladder, working on the nozzle, or advancing a hose line, it takes a team to be successful. Today, the recruits of 2013A show how their skills, knowledge, and teamwork come together to provide an excellent quality of service to the citizen Long Beach that Long Beach can expect from us. As you have just seen, even training at the basic recruit level is hazardous and filled with potential for injury. In this controlled environment with direct supervision, we have sent more than one recruit to the health department. Even one sustained a minor burn during a live fire training exercise. I can share with you that as the director of training, seeing a fire out here no longer holds the same fascination it held when I was a new firefighter. My reaction now is more visceral, knowing that in spite of all the precautions and the faith and the trust that I have in our staff, that things still can and do go wrong. Every instructor that has been involved in fire training for very long can relate a near-miss incident where, in spite of every safety precaution, some piece of equipment unexpectedly failed, something was overlooked, or something just went wrong. On November 16th, 1964, that was one of those days. During a routine training exercise, completing an evolution that most members of the department had completed several times during their career, something went wrong. On that day, firefighter Kent Holliday died from injuries he received while performing an emergency evacuation procedure. Firefighter Holliday was sliding down an evacuation chute from the 6th floor when a part of the chute collapsed and Kent slid out and fell to his death. Kent had only been a firefighter with the city for just over a year. He was working at Station 1 when they came to the tower to demonstrate the procedure. Kent was 28 years old. He had served in the Navy. He had played basketball at Long Beach Poly High School. He was the father of 2 young sons, and he was on his way to a long career in the fire service. As Pat Wills helps me here, we gather the family up. Today we're going to dedicate the training tower to the memory of Kent Holliday. Today we dedicate the training tower in the memory of Kent Holliday. We do this not only to honor his memory, but also to place a physical reminder on the tower for all current and future firefighters to see. I'd like to introduce Joyce Holliday to say a few words to us.
I just want to say that there is nothing better than the fire department family, especially in Long Beach, and how they gathered around me and my 2 sons as this tragic event happened. And I just want to thank everybody for the caring and especially for this ceremony and plaque today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm speaking on behalf of my dad, Grant Holliday, who was Kent's brother. On behalf of the family, I would like to express our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to the Long Beach Fire Department and everyone responsible for this tribute to Kent's memory with the ceremony and plaque and the dedication of the training tower in his name. His brother was very proud to be a fireman and a member of the firefighting family. Once again, thank you very much.
I'm going to walk over with some members of the Holliday family, Chief DeRee and Pat Wills, and we're going to unveil the plaque. That dedication was a long work and tenacity of Captain Pat Wills. Pat started bugging me in 2004 when I was a training captain out here. He said, Jim, you know what we got to do? We got to dedicate this tower. And I swear, every time I saw Pat in the hallway walking at headquarters, he said that to me. So I'd like to take a moment and thank Captain Pat Wills for the tenacity to make sure this happened. And it sounds like they're ready, so why don't we go ahead and send them out, and we'll bring out the recruit class of 2013A again. The recruits are now going to take their oath of allegiance. What you will witness as they take their oath is what has been referred to as the invisible transformation. It is this oath that makes them change from recruit to firefighter as they become sworn personnel. This is a covenant with the firefighter brothers and sisters, the department, and the community. I would now like to introduce Larry Herrera, our city clerk, to administer the oath of allegiance.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. And that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Thank you.
The Recruit of the Class is an award that is given to the recruit that has demonstrated exemplary values throughout the Academy. These include leadership, courtesy, integrity, respect, teamwork, initiative, tolerance, decisiveness, and humility. This award spans 6 LBFD fire chiefs. The recruit that is given this award will be forever known as the Sprinkler Head. The Sprinkler Head that is affixed to this award is one of the original sprinkler heads from the Queen Mary. It is also important to note that the recruits do the voting for this award. There is no instructor input for the recipient of this award. And I'm very proud to announce the Recruit of the Class for 2013A is Recruit Pitaway.
I'm a little emotional. First of all, I just want to thank my family. I mean, coming home every day from the academy, they were a great support, and they kept me going throughout this. Second of all is the training cadre. Each and every member we had in the training cadre was an inspiration and a role model to all of us. And to come out here and learn from them every day was an absolute joy. I couldn't have asked for anything better. And all my brothers standing right here, who every single day we'd come out and look at each other in the morning and just pump each other up for the whole day, was words can't even put that feeling, how that felt every day. So thank you very much. This award's for all of us. Thank you.
I'd like to ask the training cadre, please come out and be recognized. So, what you're looking at is the group of men that I've worked with for the past, seems like 15 years. Getting here every morning at 5:30, turning on the lights, opening up the building, and making sure the classroom was ready. I'd like to introduce, I'm going to start from the far right. I can't see all the way. So, firefighter paramedic Paul Rodriguez. Firefighter paramedic Marvin Chang. They were our EMT instructors, and we're out here the first 2 weeks of the academy during an EMT refresher. I don't believe they're present, but I'd also like to recognize Joanne Dolan, Don Garrity, and Brenda Sadler, our EMS educators. Next, we have engineer Chris Robnett, engineer operations and fleet. Engineer Josh Humphrey, tools, equipment, forcible entry. Captain Mark Miller, rescue systems and auto extrication. Captain Paul Meisel, ladders and building construction. Captain Scott Wexon, truck operations and ventilation. Captain Todd Thielman, engine operations, hose evolutions. Captain Dave Rosa, engine operations, hose evolutions. Captain Paul Kupstein, ventilation, truck operations. And the class coordinator, Captain James Kovacs. I'd like to take a moment and personally thank each one of these individuals for the time, effort, and dedication they've shown. Again, they were here a lot of times before the recruits got here, and they were here most of the time after they went home. So thank you, gentlemen, for your hard work and effort. I would also like to take a minute to thank some people who are not standing on the line today but have been an integral part of these recruits' success. The many peer instructors that participated in this academy. Kim O'Neill, our support services secretary, who devoted numerous hours to this hiring process. Dr. Richard Resurrection, our human resources consultant. Our media department, Steve Berger and Sue Feller. Our new office manager, Tarsha Moses. Steve Moritz, our storekeeper, who kept us equipped and ready for supplies throughout the entire class. Please give them all a round of applause for a job well done. I believe class 2013A has a small gift they'd like to give Chief Duree. So 2013A, would you send up the individuals that are going to do that? And Chief Duree, would you come forward? As the recruits are gathering their gift, I'd like to introduce our command staff. David Honey, Admin Bureau Chief. Randy Foster, Marine Safety Chief. Ted Morton, Assistant Chief of Operations. Rich Brandt, Fire Marshal. And Dave Segura, Deputy Chief Support Services.
On behalf of Class 2013A, we'd like to thank the cadre and Chief Officers for all your continued support. We look forward to working with all of you. This is our class plaque. Thank you very much.
I thank the class 2013A for this wonderful gift. Typically, they buy us a little plaque that we put on the wall in the training center, so I'm not exactly sure how we're going to get that on the wall, but it is a wonderful gift, and we will display it proudly. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Perhaps we can find the funds for a small alcove to put up there. Okay, now the minute you've been all waiting for. The badge of the Long Beach Fire Department is a historical symbol representing a shield for protection and is worn over the heart. It is also a constant reminder of the oath that these new firefighters have just taken. As I call your name, please walk up and receive your badge. Fernando Gallegos. Andrew Dorami. Joshua Lynn. Billy Hubbard. Justin Grimes. Eric Volovich. Ryan Tule. Daniel Young. Ryan Polk. Kevin Kelleher. Mike Morrison. Jeffrey Arnold. Brad Robidoux. Brad Smith. Johnny Jenkins. Chris Johnson. Daniel Washburn. Richard Story. Brian White. Richard Caldwell. Kelly Boylan. James Dolis. Matthew Mitchell. Nevin Kay. Chris Frazier. Ryan Ginzel. Dylan Stom. David Pittaway.
Okay, one of the traditions of the Long Beach Fire Department, because, as I mentioned in my remarks, that none of us go it alone, each recruit has been allowed to select a family member, a friend, or loved one that's going to come out and pin the badge on their chest. So that person or people who've been identified, if you could please come out now, and we'll officially pin these recruits into firefighters.
Okay, so Recruit Pittaway, will you please bring it to attention? As you can see, the transition is complete. What stands before you is now the graduating firefighters of Class 2013A. As they take their next step towards station life, I encourage all of them to maintain the high standards and positive attitude that they have displayed in the Academy. 2013A, it was a pleasure to watch you come together as a team, develop your skills, and overcome your individual challenges. I wish each one of you good fortune, health, and safety as you progress through your careers in the fire service. Class 2013A. Dismissed.